To the lunch edition of MBC News, and you are with me, Evelis Chingambe. Our top stories. Government commits to resolving challenges affecting the country. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA, adjusts upwards the price of liquefied petroleum gas. And Malawi's tobacco production is projected to decline this season. Thank you for joining us. Now the news in detail. Government has reaffirmed its commitment to resolving challenges facing the country, ensuring that citizens fully enjoy the freedom the Martyrs fought for. Minister of Transport and Public Works, Jabi Muhango, shared this message on behalf of the State President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, during this year's Martyrs Day commemorations in Carter Bay. Malawi commemorates Martyrs Day every year on the 3rd of March. Musa Sejeyo reports.
In 1959, fighting for independence of this country was on climax and some Malawians died in the process. Most of them died near Nkatabe Jetin. Realizing the importance of remembering the fallen heroes, President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika delegated Minister of Transport and Public Works Jabi Muhango to lead the nation in the commemoration. The activities of the event included laying wreaths where most of fallen heroes are resting, honoring the heroes at a memorial pillar, and service of worship. Delivering the message from the state president, Muhango said the government will ensure that it deals with the challenges facing the country for its people to enjoy the freedom the country has.
Freedom is meaningless if people's living standards remain the same as they were before independence. But, as you are all aware, before the DPP took over the reins of power, the country was facing numerous challenges. Malawians face severe economic hardships, including high inflation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to report that the government of His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika is doing all it can to reverse the trend.
In his remarks, parliamentarian for Nkatabe Central Constituency Simon Voa Kaunda commended the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for taking a people-centered approach in governing the country. He cited the 5 billion Kwacha Constituency Development Fund, which he said will help in transforming lives of Malawians.
I would like to thank His Excellency the State President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for coming up with the 5 billion Malawi Kwacha for every constituency in order to develop this country. And the people who died for freedom in this country, they were fighting in order to attain self-independence, to decide for ourselves where to put what development.
The event, which brought together different people regardless of political affiliations, religion, tribe, and other aspects, was held under the theme, The Martyrs, a Great Model of Patriotism. Musa Sejeyo, MBC News, Nkatabe.
Police have pledged to ensure safety, security, and protection of persons with albinism from any form of abuse or discrimination. Central East Regional Police Commissioner Devlin Mankiri made the commitment in Doha during an awareness event focused on preventing attacks against persons with albinism. Mike Kalumbi has more in this report.
Speaking during the event, which was spiced with a football match between Brigos and Promotional United among several activities, Mwamukiri said police officers will intensify night patrols and focus on areas where people with albinism live in order to provide them with adequate protection.
What we have done is to order the police officer officers in charge in the region to identify people with albinism wherever they are, and not only identifying them but also visiting them to see how they live, interact with them, and make assurance to them that the police is there to protect them. Now, in doing this, we'll be having a lot of sensitizations, meetings with local leaders like the chiefs, the groups, village headmen, and the NGOs, and every stakeholder who has interest in the protection of people with albinism.
For her part, Deputy Secretary for the Association of People with Albinism, APAM, Virginia Chimodzi, appealed to the police to put in place measures to ensure that people with albinism live freely, safely, and without fear.
The security issues lies in the hands of Malawi police in this nation. So they are the ones that provide proper security, despite protecting ourselves, but our security lies in their hands.
Malawi Police Service is using sports, drama performances to mobilize communities and disseminate messages on the prevention of attacks on persons with albinism. Mike Alumbi, MBC News, Lilongwe.
The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources has held major progress made on the Salima Lilongwe Water Project. Following a tour of the Cattle Civils Project facilities, Committee Chairperson Taone Henry described the initiative as a game changer that will decisively address the water shortages affecting Lilongwe and surrounding districts. Charles Wahara reports.
During the visit, Chairperson for Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources, Taone Henry applauded the contractor for the quality work and progress made so far, saying the project will significantly improve access to clean and reliable water for thousands of households. Valued at $315 million, the project is designed to pump 100 million liters of water per day from Lake Malawi to Lilongwe, Dowa and Salima. The infrastructure includes a Delifu water treatment plant, pumping stations at Katengeza and Imvera, and a 120-kilometer transmission pipeline. However, the committee acknowledged that financial constraints remain a challenge. Henry said the committee will lobby for increased funding to ensure the project is completed within the expected time frame.
I must say that we're so much impressed with the progress so far, much as a lot of challenges that they have voiced out. But all in all, the project is massive, and we're so much impressed with the progress that has been done.
Director of Finance at Cattle Civils, Pride Perry, said despite funding challenges, works are progressing steadily, with partial commissioning expected in 2026 to allow early water supply.
If the government can also prioritize us in allocation, that will help us now to push the project further and also to speed it up so that we can realize the completion of the project in the timelines it's supposed to be.
The project, currently estimated at around 34 to 36% completion, is expected to benefit approximately 1.5 million people and strengthen the capacity of the Lilongwe Water Board to meet growing water demand and respond to climate-related shocks. Charles Wahara, MBC News.
The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority (MERA) has adjusted upwards the price of liquefied petroleum gas from 3,740 kwacha per kilogram to 4,475 kwacha per kilogram. The adjustment represents a 22.65% increment. MERA has attributed the adjustment to the increased landing cost of the commodity. The authority further indicates that the current non-cost reflective retail pricing pushed importers to scale down importation of the commodity into the country. The authority has justified the adjustment, stating it will help sustain the availability of the commodity in the country. Meanwhile, the price of petrol and diesel have been maintained. You're watching MBC News and you are with me, Evelis Chingambe. A reminder of the top stories. Government commits to resolving challenges affecting the country. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority (MERA) adjusts upwards the price of liquefied petroleum gas, and Malawi's tobacco production is projected to decline this season. Welcome back. Malawi's tobacco production is projected to decline this season, with estimates indicating output could reach about 213 million kilograms, down from the 221 million kilograms sold last year. Chief Executive Officer of the Tobacco Commission, Evers Chilumba, says the projection follows findings from the just-ended first round tobacco estimates survey.
The first round estimates are showing that we are going to have production that is slightly lower than what we actually managed to produce last year. But currently we have sent a team that is now across the country running the estimates, checking how much we are going to actually have by the end of this year. So the figures are going to be pronounced somewhere mid-March. What has happened is, there was dry spell at some point in time during this planting season. And because of that, we anticipated that most of the tobacco did not actually grow to the length that we expected. And even when the rains had started, they started when most of the farmers had just applied their top dressing fertilizer. And eventually, because of the heavy rains that had poured, and it resulted into leaching of the nutrients that we expected to actually go into the plants. So most of the tobacco has actually matured before the actual leaf expectation for harvesting.
One of the tobacco farmers, Smart Sulo, expressed worry as some of their tobacco was affected by a crop disease.
Farming is progressing well, although we faced some challenges. Our tobacco got affected by Chisaka disease.
Farmers Organization Limited has described the introduction of 2 new tobacco pesticides as a development that will offer farmers an alternative and foster the production of high-quality leaf. Marketing manager for the organization, Ronald Chirumba, made the remarks in Lilongwe during the launch of 2 new chemicals, Placebo Star and Vanina.
First of all, the assurance comes from the research work that has been done locally here by ARET and the approval from Minister of Agriculture that these products are approved for use by tobacco farmers in Malawi. That's the first thing. That gives the confidence that farmers are dealing with products that are approved and are compliant. As you understand, tobacco is an export crop, and it goes to the international market where compliance issues are paramount. So having such trials done, research work completed, is the first step. And secondly, just to confirm that these 2 products that we are launching today are new technologies. They are coming in to replace old chemistry. So this gives the farmer an advantage. And we know over time pests do develop resistance. So this opportunity comes at the right time when we've been discussing about resistance from continuous use of some pesticides. When you're looking at the Vaniva, which is a nematicide, it's coming at a time when we have got limited options in this country when it comes to nematode control in tobacco. So this is a relief, and it's something that the farmers should adopt as quickly as possible.
Also commenting on the 2 pesticides, Emmanuel Mudonya, head of marketing for Eastern and Southern Africa at Syngenta, said extensive research was conducted before the chemicals were released. Syngenta played a significant role in the development of these products to ensure they are safe and effective for Malawian farmers.
I think the assurance is what you saw here today. Before we introduce a product in the market, we do trials before registration. So we have been developing this product with partners like ARET and also other commercial growers in Malawi. So we have done 3 years of trials. After the 3 years of trials, we submit to the Ministry of Agriculture for evaluation of the efficacy of the product. And this is assured by the registration that we received. The product is available right now with our distributors FOL here in Malawi.
In a bid to ensure that people in Blantyre renew their expired national identity cards, The National Registration Bureau in RB Blantyre office has rolled out a 7-day outreach activity aimed at registering Blantyre residents. The activity, which started last Sunday, is being conducted in 7 sites, namely Blantyre Tax Office, Chirimba, Sigeleke, South Lunzu, Lilangwe Primary School, Chuguli Trading Center and Ndeka Trading Center. Speaking to Embassy on the sidelines of the campaign, Registration Officer for Blantyre, Samuel Ongora, said the activity is part of the Bureau's efforts in bringing its services closer to the people.
We may not say that maybe it's a mass going on, but it's rather just an outreach activity which we do as part of our strategy in order to reach out those who are in the outskirts, far away from the office. Therefore, that exercise is being done basically to allow those who are away from the offices to have an opportunity to renew, to register, as well as maybe replace their damaged cards. So therefore, it will not be a mass, but it's just part of what we do. But it's a special activity which we are implementing as Blantyre in our office. Therefore, I would like to urge all of those who have got issues with their IDs to go into their large numbers so that we assist them. And at the same time, we also maybe assure them that our capacity as it stands is good and we manage, simply because it's an ongoing thing. Therefore, they should be assured that whatever we do is going to be done and we are going to do it.
The Malawi Electoral Commission (MEC) has urged constituency, civic and voter education assistants to carry out their duties professionally, emphasizing that the future of the election lies in their hands. MEC Chairperson Annabel Ntalimanja made the remarks during the opening of the training workshop for civic and voter education assistants held in Bonela Doa district. Ntalimanja further advised the assistants to deliver accurate and appropriate information to people in areas where the by-elections will be conducted this month, with the aim of ensuring a free, fair and inclusive electoral process. Ntalimanja spoke to our reporter in Doha, Beston Sumaga.
This is a refresher orientation session just to remind each other of polling processes, counting of votes and transmission of results, but also just how to teach the electorate in terms of how they should manage the ballot paper, because we want to improve the experience of voting for the by-election in the areas where we are conducting the by-elections. As a Malawi Electoral Commission, we strive to be professional. That is one of our values, but also to work with integrity, to work within the law, and to provide our services with excellence. Our expectation is that these CCBAs will also work under the same values and are going to work professionally in the communities that they serve. Our desire is to lessen that number or even eradicate it completely. So part of this orientation session is going to touch on the management of the ballot paper, so that we have that impact in terms of the by-election, in terms of lessening the void votes. And our anticipation and expectation is that from this orientation session, in the interactions with the communities, the electorate is going to manage the ballot papers in a much better way than we have in some areas.
The Democratic Progressive Party (DPP) has expressed its commitment to ensuring that Malawi is food secure and achieves meaningful socio-economic development. The party's Vice President for the North, Jabi Muhango, was speaking at Luinga Ward in Zuzu during campaign meetings. Details with Chimwemwe Milulu.
Addressing people that gathered at Habitat and Luinga Market grounds in Mzuzu, Muhango urged those that registered to vote for the party's candidate, Thomas Kaunda, in the 17th March by-election. The DPP Vice President for the North, who is also Minister of Transport and Public Works, said the party's candidate will initiate development in the ward.
People of this area have complained about, poor road network. We believe that if he is elected, he should be able, in working in liaison with the council, but as well as government, central government, things should be able to improve here. People have complained about hunger. They need a representative who can bring them food in this area, and several other things. They want a police unit, they want a hospital, a dispensary. All this is going to only be brought in this area if they've got an able ward councillor. So as government, we believe that if people of this ward voted for Councillor Kaunda, he should be able to spearhead all this, that people of this area are asking for.
In his remarks, Thomas Kaunda said he is aware of the development needs of the ward.
I've got no doubt that with the support from the people, support from the government and the leaders, traditional leaders, and the community at large, I'm going to save them. So I can confirm that I'm ready to work. In actual sense, it's late for me to start to work.
Speaking on behalf of the community, village headman Ruinga said, among others, there is need to construct a health center, a better market, an ADMAC depot, and improve the road network in Ruinga ward. DBB regional, district, and constituency officials attended the meetings. Chimwemwe Milulu, MBC News Mzuzu.
Deputy Director of Higher Education, Caroline Mari, has called on mathematicians across the country to take a leading role in driving Malawi's 2063 development blueprint. Mari made the remarks in Mzuzu, where Old Mutual awarded outstanding secondary school students for their exceptional performance in the subject. Blessings Kondwe reports.
According to the Deputy Director of Higher Education, Caroline Mare, mathematicians have the ability to provide solutions to complex issues which the country faces. Mare further said through mathematics, the country can transform through information technology, innovation and industrialization to achieve Malawi 2063 agenda.
If we have as many mathematicians as possible, they will be able to assist us as a nation to solve the different societal problems. Because in mathematics, there's problem solving as one of the key issues that we deal with. So if you look at the Agenda 2063, when we build capacity properly, human capacity development, it means that the type of citizens that we have, they're the ones that will be able to handle issues, challenges and problems that we have within the society.
Old Mutual Head of Sales and Distribution, Gray Tewete, said the company will continue sponsoring the Maths Olympiad in order to improve mathematical performance, especially in rural secondary schools.
I think the good thing is to look at the successes as well. Look at the community-based secondary schools. We have people that are coming in from the community-based secondary schools, competing at this level from the likes of Comes Academy, private secondary schools. So all those successes are actually giving us more edge to reach out to more students.
Vice Chancellor from Mzuzu University, Professor Wells Singini, said Old Mutual Maths Olympiad is making students shine and enroll with the university.
Considering where we started from in terms of resources that were allocated into the partnership, we started with 7 million, but now 10 years down the line, we're talking about partnership of 45 million. And also when you look at the number of students that have been engaged since then, the number has just been increasing over time.
Reynold Nyoni, a student from Marist Secondary School, emerged number 1 and went away with 200,000 kwacha. Maths Olympiad has clocked 10 years since Old Mutual started sponsoring the competition. Blessings Gondwe, MBC, Mzuzu.
Betting firm Premier Bet has expressed delight with the transformation of people's lives through its just-ended Waipula promotion. The company's community manager Hamza Nkai said this after conducting the promotion's final grand draw. The draw saw Timothy Kajingwe from Mangochi emerge winner of a Nissan Magnet vehicle worth over 100 million kwacha.
The first car, we gave it to Masauso Elisoni from Lilongwe. And this is the last car that we are giving out today, and it's going to Timothy Kajingwe from Mangochi. So the idea of the Waipula promotion was to just reward our loyal customers, those that have been with us. That's the reason why you see that throughout the year we've been giving out other prizes in form of cell phones, TVs, fridges. We've been giving out every week. apart from the 2 cars that we've given out. The official handover now will take place next week, possibly on Monday or Tuesday we'll communicate. But overall we are happy with the Waipula promotion. We're happy that we've also managed to reach out to a lot of customers through the prizes that we've been giving out. But soon we'll announce the next step.
And that item also concludes this edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories before we leave. Government commits to resolving challenges affecting the country. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA, adjusts upwards the price of liquefied petroleum gas. And Malawi's tobacco production is projected to decline this season. For more updates, visit Embassy Digital on Facebook, X and Instagram. You've been with me, Evelis Chingambe. Thanks for watching and good afternoon.